It's time for Meghan to start yawning.
3, 2, 1. Hello, folks.
This is how I wave today. I don't really know what that was all about.
So today we're trying a new format for our Bachelorette recap video. We're going to get to that in a moment because our previous videos have been very long because so much great stuff happens during the Bachelorette, and we had a copyright issue on the last one because we were showing so much interesting footage from the Bachelorette. So this should fix that problem. But before we do that, what is the new news you have to share?
So we have a couple of new pieces of Bachelor Nation news that just came out in the past couple of days. The first one is that Bachelor in Paradise is back on. Woo! They're gonna start filming soon, and it's projected to be back on. I think in August is when it's gonna be gonna start. And then related to that, there were no charges pressed. They rewatched the videos with Corinne and Demario, and in fact, there wasn't an issue. And so that's why they're getting to continue with Bachelor in Paradise. And on another note concerning Bachelor in Paradise is that our very, very favorite couple from the show, Evan and Carly, got married this past weekend, and so we were very excited. They have a lot of their Instagram pictures up and their social media pictures up today, and so beautiful, beautiful dress that Carla was wearing, and we were just very happy that they got to tie the knot actually on the same weekend that our anniversary is. So
that's right. Congratulations to you, Evan and Carly. In a way, it's like you're learning about marriage from us because we've been married longer. Although Evan's been married before.
But Evan's been married before. But still, whatever.
In a way, we've learned about relationships from you thanks to The Bachelorette. Or Bachelor in Paradise, rather.
And The Bachelorette.
And The Bachelor. And The Bachelor. Because of Carly.
Anyway.
Anywho, is that all the news?
That's all the news I had.
Okay. So, that's the exciting Batch Nation news. You can still follow along with our Bachelorette Fantasy League group through ABC Fantasy Leagues. Just go over there, look for present tenses, capital P, capital T for the group. We've already made our final 4 picks. Unfortunately, I already know who wins thanks to people who share things on Twitter.
So you think.
So I think.
But yeah, I made my final picks, and we did have some of the same people, so I'm thinking that I might have an idea who she ends up with. I have it lowered down to 3 people.
All right, so
Unless he's tricking me.
how are we going to be presenting this from now on?
So we're going to be presenting this in an award show kind of way. So remember those high school awards where you had like the best smile and the best dressed and most likely to succeed? Well, we've labeled or created like 5 or 6 different awards that we're going to give different individual guys based on the episode each week. And so one of those awards is All the Feels, which basically just means that it's the most emotional moment in the episode. And what were some of the other ones?
We also have, it's going to be the same awards we give out every single week. So we have All the Feels. We have, is it these ones right here? These awards?
No,
These ones? Most Angry, the person who is the most ridiculous and aggressive during the last episode. Most Annoying, that stands for itself. It'll be hard to choose sometimes. Most Adorable, also hard to choose sometimes. This last episode wasn't too hard. Best Dressed, because there's always at least one Dapper Dan or Delicate Daisy? No, Dapper Daisy. I don't know. On the episodes. And then most likely to succeed. This is our MVP award that we give out every single week. Meghan will choose every single week because I've ruined it. So she'll choose every single week who she expects to be most likely, based on all the information she has so far, to be the fiance of Rachel at the end of the show. So every week she'll stick that trophy on a man, and then we'll tally it all up at the end. All right, so starting us off, who won our All the Feels award and why?
So for all of you out there that have watched The Bachelorette this week, I think we can all kind of guess which Bachelor had the most feels this week, and that of course was Dean. Specifically when he opened up to Rachel that evening they had a one-on-one date this week, and so when he opened up to her when they were having dinner at the end of their one-on-one date, he told her the story of his family and what it was like growing up, and how he came from a very close-knit family, and how his mom got cancer when he was about 9 years old, and she survived that bout of it, but then she got cancer again and passed away when he was 15. And then after that, basically his family she was kind of the pillar of the family, and when she passed away, it just kind of unraveled. All of his siblings had moved out of the house, and his dad wasn't around, and he pretty much raised himself after that. And so he got really emotional. He could barely kind of look at Rachel while he was explaining all of it, because I don't think he wanted her to see him cry. And then of course her heart was swelling, and you could see her crying, and it was just a very sweet, very real moment. I feel like sometimes in these episodes, when people open up emotionally, it can kind of feel like they're purposely trying to open up emotionally or something like that, but it was a very honest and real moment, and I think it made all of our hearts melt, and all of us loved Dean just a little bit more after that happened.
Absolutely.
What do you think? Any feedback?
No, I think that's right. I think that sounds perfect. But
Go ahead.
That feeds pretty easily into the second award, which is the Most Angry award. Now, this guy has a lot of reason to be angry. A bunch of it.
I'd even say that this Most Angry award this week is Most Justifiably Angry award.
Absolutely. You probably know who we're talking about. It's naturally Kenny. So, I gave a teaser a second ago, and I said it might be the most aggressive, because that's what Lee said to Rachel about Kenny after a confrontation that they had about how Lee's being real nasty and mean, and totally being a little snake in the grass about Kenny to Rachel. Now, of course, Kenny has not really done anything wrong. He's a big old teddy bear. Lee's just looking for ways to get underneath people's skin, and as we've said here, and everyone else has said quite a bit before, Lee's a Twitter racist. Even Rachel said
He's
that.
a racist.
He's a racist. He's just a straight up racist. He kind of sucks. But he was getting underneath Kenny's skin, trying to do so intentionally. Kenny kept getting more and more angry with him, and it all escalated at the end of this episode with them walking outside together. And then we saw a teaser for the next episode where Kenny's bleeding from the face, which means that he probably fell while he was tying a shoe, or ran into a doorpost or something like that, because they never actually make it as interesting as it was in the trailer.
Plus, we've been seeing this for the past, since this season started.
Yeah.
So, but it just further perpetuates the whole racist idea of the angry black man, and it's really frustrating to see people still be that way, and for it to be on The Bachelorette, because Kenny really wasn't aggressive. I mean, he was angry and his voice was elevated, but he was far away from Lee, and he was just trying to have a conversation, and Lee kept smirking at him and being all ridiculous and was purposefully pushing his buttons. So I think we should maybe segue into most annoying.
Yes, absolutely.
Which goes to none other than Lee.
Naturally.
And for all of the reasons we've mentioned already, how this isn't the first time he's done this to one of the black men on the show. He did this to Eric last week. And there are numerous quotes of him saying that he likes to basically stir up anger and just sit back and smile and watch it happen. He had so many ridiculous quotes, I can't even remember all of them. But he's an awful human being.
He really is. Definitely the most annoying.
And his hair's annoying too.
His hair is annoying. He's annoying. We really hate him. You could definitely tell that people were generally disappointed whenever he got to stick around after the rose ceremony. We for sure believe that Rachel probably watched back through all this stuff and thought, what have I done? Why did I do that? Why did I give him the time of day? So, that's it.
No.
You really don't like Lee?
No. Our cat's being really funny right now. That's why we're looking over here. So, most adorable. This is just kind of that moment or, that person that was just very, I don't know, just one of those moments where you just want to like pinch their cheeks or something like that. And I don't know if it's because he's super young or what it is, but Dean gets our most adorable award as well because, do you want to explain why?
Well, they went up in a blimp for their one-on-one date, Dean and Rachel. They went on a great big Goodyear blimp, and it was fantastic. It was really, really cool. But Dean was clearly afraid of heights, like very afraid of heights, and he was very afraid the whole time they were there. He was like very, very nervous the whole time they were up there. And at one point, Rachel actually got to pilot the plane, the blimp, and Dean got to do it for just a little bit of time also, but he was not comfortable. And in fact, at one point, Tommy tried to put on his seatbelt also, which made everybody in the blimp laugh because it was just such a cute thing to do because you're very high up in the sky inside of a blimp, and a seatbelt's pretty unnecessary. So.
And he tried to put the seatbelt on in the pilot seat.
In the pilot seat.
Which was what was so funny.
Yeah.
But what was adorable about it too was that he kind of overcame his fear, and eventually while he was driving the blimp, he kind of got excited about it and started showing confidence. And Rachel was just so smitten by it, and she was just having such a really good time. So that whole moment of him overcoming, like being adorable in his fear and then overcoming that fear, and how it further connected him and Rachel was just a really adorable moment.
It was cute. And I think my favorite part was when they flew the blimp past where all the other bachelors were, and they broadcasted the blimp guys broadcasted like a message on the side that said, Dean and Rachel aren't here and we're having a great time or something like that, and it made a lot of the guys feel very unfortunate and uncomfortable. Eric went and sat on the couch and had a little pity party for a while, and the men kind of fell apart a little bit after that. So that was most adorable.
Yeah, I think the pity party was cute too.
The pity party was super weird. All right, best dressed.
Best dressed. So we have a couple of people here. When you were saying Dapper, did you just say
Dan.
Dapper Dan? I said Dapper Dean.
Oh.
Because yet again, if you haven't noticed, we're a little partial to a couple of the people on the show.
Yeah, for sure.
But yet again, Dean was looking very dapper, especially during the first rose ceremony in this episode. And that's kind of the outfit I think that we were talking about as far as best dressed. And he, well, do you want to talk about the outfit?
No.
Okay. Well, he had this really nice suit on, but he had this kind of it wasn't a Hawaiian shirt, but it was this really cool floral shirt that was kind of a reddish, like a violet red kind of color. So red with a little bit of pink, and just these really cool flowers underneath his suit coat. And it just really made it stand out as opposed to most of the other suits that were there, except Alex's, which was a purple zebra skin suit, which was ridiculous. But he was the best dressed, and one of the honorable mentions for best dressed also is Diggy.
Diggy.
I always want to say Dougie. Diggy unfortunately left at the rose ceremony this week, but he was always super dapper, had the coolest glasses, the best suits, the best bow ties and regular ties, and he was just always the definition of dapper, and not dramatic whatsoever. But they never really had a lot of time together, so unfortunately he went home. But we did want to give him an honorable mention.
Absolutely. We definitely miss him. We're sad to see Lee stay in place of him, but it's television. So then, our most likely to succeed. This is our final award. It's our trophy. Megan's going to tell you who she chose and why.
So you may think that you know who I'm about to choose for the most likely to succeed, but you're wrong. This week I chose Peter. Not Dean. I think Dean is adorable and I think that they'll last a long time, but there's just this connection and chemistry with Peter and Rachel that isn't quite there, I think, with her and Dean. When they finally had a little bit of alone time, he had chosen this wine for them and they talked about just this kinetic chemistry that they have with each other, and she's always holding his hand and reaching out for him, and they just seem so natural, and he's always just so interesting. Like, he totally freestyled with all of the other guys, just out of the blue, and he always just has something very unique to say. I mean, their conversation was about, would you be willing to move to Wisconsin? And she even said that she actually is licensed to practice law in Wisconsin as well as in Texas. And so there's just a lot of things that feel like they have this great chemistry, but also their relationship isn't just about the chemistry. Like, I feel like there are a lot of things in place with them that would make it easy for them to also be together as well as have the romance too, which is really, the best, to be comfortable with each other and to have the romance. So that's why I chose Peter.
So that's it. Peter's the first trophy winner. So as a quick recap, our gentlemen are all the feels is Dean. Kenny was the most angry, justifiably so. Lee was most annoying. Dean was also most adorable. I guess we could probably put him over here. Dean was best dressed, with Diggy as honorable mention, and then the trophy taker, the most likely to succeed MVP this week was Peter. So that's it for this week. You're going to have to follow along next week to see who our choices are. There'll be the same awards, probably given to more or less different people. Who knows, maybe Dean will get them all again.
And also next week, just to note that it'll be 2-night episodes, so there'll be an episode on Monday night and an episode on Tuesday night.
So we'll double up on awards.
So we might double up on we'll double up on awards.
Yeah, we'll double up on awards. That'll be awesome. And of course, we'd love to hear who your answers are to these different things from the last week. Again, they're all the feels, just the one that made you feel the most. Most angry, most annoying, most adorable, best dressed, most likely to succeed. Leave your comments in the comment section below and we'll chat back with you. We always love hearing anybody's take on this show because we like it so much.
Yeah, we're always talking about it.
We really are. And then like, comment, share, subscribe, do all those nice things, and that'll help us keep doing it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, we really do enjoy this. So, all right, I think that's it. Is there anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll be back next week. Goodbye,
Goodbye, folks.